please stop talking about Zach Polanski? The British press has written over 60 articles criticising the new Green Party leader in the last 3 months. A healthy, normal amount, I think you will agree. Why are we so obsessed with him? Because he is saying things like,
"It is time to tax the rich."
And who owns these? The rich. Us. Me. The Times has printed 12 comment pieces and is owned by billionaire Rupert Murdoch. The Spectator has printed 13 and is owned by billionaire Paul Marshall. And The Telegraph has printed over 20 and is owned by the tax-avoiding Barclays brother billionaire. Although, to be fair, it is about to be bought by almost billionaire Viscount Rothermere, who owns the Daily Mail, who printed this. And the more we talk about him, the more it shows he is actually a threat to the ruling class. It's making him look right and us look desperate. Everything was going so well this year. The Labour Party castrated, the Your Party psyop making the left look as much of a joke as ever. And then along comes Zach.
Nigel Farage says he's a man of the people, but he's a man of the wealthy people.
And it's not just that he's charming. Politicians are not even supposed to seem human. It's also the substance of his message, that we could reverse this slow managed decline and gutting of public services. You know, you're not supposed to put guts back into things. Did Frankenstein teach us nothing? His ideas like a wealth tax are actually connecting with people. Green Party membership is surging, and they are only a couple of points behind Labour in the polls. Although if you put it into black and white, happily you can't tell. And so we've been criticising him. A lot. And it's not that the authors haven't been trying to help. Their grinchy hearts are in the right place. Like Alice Thompson in The Times, who's been doing a brilliant job criticising Zach's policies while not actually engaging with Zach's policies. Who'd previously written that we shouldn't replace the culture war with a class war. And she's got a real vested interest in topping a class war. I mean, look at her house. Look at her former Tory minister father-in-law. Look at the £50 million property development company that family owns. But when they're criticising Zach's economic policies, perhaps these aren't the best people for the job. Like when it's Christopher Snowdon in The Spectator from the Institute of Economic Affairs. The think tank behind Liz Truss's somewhat unsuccessful economic policies. Their big idea was to borrow money to fund massive tax cuts for the rich. Look, I'm all for increasing inequality, but their idea was literally to take on more debt in order to reduce the amount of income the government would get in the future. I mean, clearly brilliant minds, but isn't there someone else? And then in that same article, he invokes the idea that Zach's thinking requires you believe in conspiracy theories. Why would the economic and political establishment refuse to acknowledge this unless they had sinister motives? Which is a fair thing for an opaquely funded think tank to say. Except they're no longer opaquely funded, because literally last week, investigative journalist outlet DSMOG revealed that they have received £640,000 from oil companies and Rupert Murdoch. Don't bring up sinister motives and then immediately prove them true. And Zach has said that the volume of these articles prove that the media and establishment are rattled, and our response to that has been to laugh at it. Oh yeah, we're really rattled as a way of denying it, but the truth is we fucking are. We're terrified. And you can tell we're terrified because we keep talking about him. These ideas are crazy. Left-wing nut jobs, loony left. Yeah, there are lots of people with crazy ideas, and we don't talk about them. I've got an uncle who thinks that we should solve TB in cattle by letting him give badgers syphilis, and no one is talking about him, although perhaps they should. The difference with Zach is that these ideas actually threaten the ruling class. So that's why I'm begging you,